hero gets in terms of changes, people are gonna try to refrain from picking him. The last time I remember this hero being played a lot is when he had the ult retaliate, where you gained like stacks and then you could use it and gain damage. But I think what they did with the hoof stomp now, where you can like you can cast it without it going off, like while you move. I think it's a nice quality of life change, and who knows? You know, maybe this hero is good. Again, you won't know until somehow Thompson joins your game, plays mid-dazzle, and you're like, oh, I guess this is good.
Wait,
you know?
This is a thing? Okay, I guess.
Yeah.
Carry IO's a thing? All right, I guess we're doing Carry IO now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that's just the beauty of Dota in so many
really
ways, though, isn't it? It's that's why you can appreciate it and longevity, etc. Anyway, we could talk about that forever, but all right, we got to start into the game here. The Observer Wards are down, and both teams kind of doing the stare down from either side. Do you see either side infiltrating the other here, or is this going to be a stare down that leads to nothing?
I mean, I guess Balrogs have way better level 1, right? You have Undying. You could also missile into an arrow, whereas I feel like Thunder Awaken, they have like a lot of casual spells. Like if one guy comes out of position from Balrogs, they can like poke up it with, I don't know what, Cold Snap, some Plasma Field, and Tree and Grass, but that's kind of about it.
Invoker hasn't leveled up yet as far as Quas or Exort or anything. There he goes, Wex first.
Took the arrow.
Throws down the EMP, and Knight is going to have to tether back. He should be good. Excel got thinking about it, but not worth the chase. So, yeah, a little bit of a clash there, but in the end, no deaths taking place.
Oh, definitely a nice play from Knight. He went in to tank the arrow and then did get to tether out, but either way, some regen is going to be gone from them. But yeah, this is just Balrogs. Like their level 1, I think, on most of the lanes is just a little bit stronger.
So our mid matchup, it is the Invoker versus Pango, not necessarily a rare one. Invoker, as I talked about, though, did go the Wex first, and so he's throwing down some EMPs right now, but no Cold Snap early on. But I've got to assume that Quas Wex. I mean, who knows? Though we'll keep an eye on what he decides to level up here.
Yeah, I've seen that. Quasvex seems like the type of go-to, and what I see people go for is also like they go for this urn, and then maybe they fall back into like Treads or a Midas, because now you have the double charges on the Midas as well, which I think feels pretty good for most of these heroes. Well, this top lane, I think Razor should be pretty happy, but it relies on you staying high HP, which generally IO should help you do so. And you can link the gyro and be kind of okay. So I would expect them to do pretty well top. But maybe Mr. Axel.
Yeah, staying high HP against a decay spam, though, is not necessarily the easiest either. And you see right there, he's Undying, botting him all the way to the tower. So Gyrocopter has a lot of room. So you expect maybe Razor to be okay, but Gyrocopter is right now having some pretty safe farm.
Yeah, I would say probably both of them are going to be pretty okay, as sure. You've got some link going on, so now maybe during this time you can try to like use this bonus damage to just kind of annoy the gyro. I don't really think you're supposed to kill as the Razor IO lane, but you can try to slowly out-sustain and maybe start winning the CS battle.
Yeah, Undying, as expected, continues that harassment. But bottom lane, the only one we really haven't touched too much on yet, Drow and Treant versus the Mirana, as well as the Centaur, of course, as that core lane. And early on, 8-2 Centaur, 7-2 Drow, so again, very early on, but right now a pretty even battle between those two.
Yeah, this should be a very... I think this is just a very CS-heavy lane. The most important thing, if you're Thunder Awaken, is that you want to try to slow down the Vanguard timing from the Centaur, because at that point he won't care at all, as they try to kill the missile. Won't quite connect it. But, and at the same time for Balrogs, if you can help Centaur have a good timing on his Ring and Vanguard, like that is so huge, because he could... You can just ignore the Drow, start chipping down the tower a bit, or even push him out of the lane.
Notice in this mid lane matchup, Invoker's having a fantastic time. 14-6, 7-2 currently on the Pango on the other side. So I don't know if this is supposed to be this dominant early on. I mean, Pango's certainly one of these heroes though that, always recovers, it feels like. But yeah, Invoker, a very good start.
I mean, I guess he has slightly more damage than Pango, so there's a little bit of a damage advantage going on. I think this hero gains like 5.x damage per level on Invoker, which is pretty insane. But yeah, I could see the hero win a little bit. Maybe. I mean, Pango, he's a little bit closer now. But yeah, Pango's just the type of hero where if you get through the lane even, I consider that a win. So if you slightly lose, it's still pretty okay.
Okay, yeah, it's caught up slightly as you're mentioning, and the levels add up. That Swashbuckle level 2, the Shield Crash level 2, some more damage assist there. But yeah, I'm noticing the Invoker's throwing down that EMP constantly and keeping Pango away the best he can. Bottom lane, meanwhile, Mirana using that arrow to kill the range creeps. as you would expect, denying a bit of farm right there. Or more so a push happening, but Centaur, he is 17-3 in this lane, so once again, feeling pretty good about his chances. So you talked about the Centaur getting the Vanguard. Is this a earlier on blink after, you think, or is it going to go just more the aura heavy?
Probably so. I think the blink is nice because ideally you want multiple forms of being able to get on top of the draw, but also to like cancel or relocate. And then it means that your Pango doesn't have to like initiate and team fight and do everything, so you can kind of like share the responsibility. So I think Vanguard into like maybe FaZe Wood's blink would be pretty good. But overall, it looks like all 6 cores in this game, at least for the start of it, are gonna be like pretty happy, right? Maybe Razor's a little bit on the receiving end with only 14 CS, but overall, everyone's getting XP, everyone's getting gold, so everyone's chilling.
Okay, a combo here from Sledham, just throws him out with the tornado, the EMP, and manages to connect, and all of a sudden, Pango is completely out of mana as a result. So abusing that EMP against the Pango, and even more understandable as to why Invoker keeps that solid lead over him. Getting him pretty low, actually, in the middle lane. Pulls that. That might be a kill. One more attack. No, gets the vision, out of vision that is, and stays alive. So still no first blood, but that was a close call.
I mean, even if you're not getting the kill, like all of these small things, they matter so much. And yeah, I mean, I can definitely just see it in the damage difference. Invoker has a 20 damage advantage over Pango at this point. And
jeez,
I mean, if you're behind like this, you're definitely not going to be able to recover that easily. So yeah, this mid matchup not really going the way you want.
Is this a case of Mirana, please help me mid, instead of, or do you just kind of accept your fate?
I think you're probably going to look to just get your level 6 nicely here. On your Pango, and then maybe see if you can make a rotation as up top. Knight could be in some... Nope. Just chilling. Too much moves, too much heal.
Yeah, they put in the link and they thought about making a play, but the tombstone came down and immediately Razor and I was like, all right, now our time is over. Let's just fall back. We got to cool down.
Yeah, I mean, if you can trade Link for Tombstone, it's definitely better for you as a Razor, because Tombstone has way higher cooldown. So maybe you can like try to abuse this timing and like the minute to come, or maybe you can Link again. Tombstone is down. But yeah, we don't have any plays yet, really. But first active rune of the game, 6 minutes. This is where things really start getting higher pace.
Yeah, not the sexiest rune for action, though. It's a regen rune for Pango. You'll just bottle it up, and you'll have the ability to use that there in the near future. So good job going to the bottom, picks it up. Mirana was also rotating over as a just in case you'd expect from the supports. Going to be fine. Isles back to the top lane, though. The tether's up. Undying wasn't here, and DCMC in trouble. A couple more auto attacks. Nice heal from Undying. The Soul Rift, it's only level 1, but it's enough to help keep it alive. Is it enough in the end? It's not. There's the first blood finally. Will it come at a cost, though? IO, yes, it will. He is dead, and a trade so far still favoring Thunder Awaken, but they also get the kill on Razor. A double leap. It's not enough damage, though. Oh, is it? Another leap back coming in.
No.
Starfall, yes, gets the vision and takes him out. All right, that's a little bit better for Balrogs.
Oh, and in the meantime, just abuse the fact that Mirana TP'd up top, bring your Invoker bottom, get the kill there. So, yeah, I think it was a good rotation from Balrogs to like try and help it out, but I think Thunder Awaken should be pretty happy with what happened there. A lot of like XP going their way. Here you have the Ghost Walk. I mean, just 12 mana regen like this early on while using it. Obviously, you'll have to stay in it for a little bit to kind of make up for the mana, but yeah, this spell is pretty sick.
It feels really good. It's like he had a mana potion basically active while he was walking back over to mid, and yeah, the fact he already has another 300 mana to work with after using quite a bit and nearly all of it at the bottom lane is expect to see that Ghost Walk used very frequently.
Yeah.
With the new mechanics of it.
I mean, I think it's just to go into the Invoker changes again. I think it's really cool, not just for the heroes like upkeep, but also that you can move more easily, because this is what you want to do as a Quas Vex Invoker. You don't just want to sit in your lane, and you can see the pressure already every time he like starts moving down bottom. Before he granted them a kill, now sure, he did move through an Observer Ward, so they'll probably know that there is one in this area, but every time he goes off map, you just have to be so scared on both of your side lanes.
And you see Pango, of course, knew he was coming back. Just going to have to accept that he's going to hit by the MP. But an Arcane Rune, that'll make him a little bit happier. Able to bottle that up.
I mean, he's at least at the state here where you have Arcane Boots, you also have Arcane Ring, you have Bottle. So if you get EMP'd at this point, it's kind of like, meh, whatever. Maybe you can just swashbuckle out. And I would say this early Rune control, or the fact that he got the Regen at minute 6 and now the Arcane minute 8, it would be nice if they can look to make something happen, which, well, obviously they are, but there's some good wards around from both teams because they know all the tempo is coming from both the mid heroes, right? So if you just put these wards in the rivers, just gonna spot all these rotations.
Well, this goes back to the Ghost Walk, though, and we see right here, Invoker's like, all right, you got vision? Well, I got invisibility. He's going to head to the top lane. Now, he's missing mid. They know this, but they don't know exactly where he is, and this could be a kill. Undying, going to do what he can. Puts a tombstone down. There is a TP as well, a couple of TPs. Arcane Activated Pango. Going to pop the Rolling Thunder. No, he cancels for now. There's the EMP as well as the Cold Snap as mentioned, so delays the response. And in the end, no kills taking place, but at Thunder Awaken, they get several TPs. How about Centaur, though? Oh, that was because bottom, he was low. He survives.
I think there's just some nice. They're looking for a little more. There's a lot of nice macro plays coming out from Thunder Awaken here, where they go top and like they kind of poke. They spot that there's or I don't even know if they spotted it, but they felt that there's multiple TPs coming in. They back off. Then in the meantime, again, they know, okay, Centaur's alone. They poke him and they get a stampede out of him. So even with no kills, they definitely won on the economy there.
Razor running into the Mirana. Mirana, though, has that leap. She's going to be fine, and Razor will instead pop the Eye of the Storm and farm up some jungle stacks in the meantime, so making efficient use of that farm. But yeah, I mean, overall, it's only 1,000 net worth league currently for Thunder Awaken. Gyrocopter is managing to do very well with this farm. He's got the Falcon Blade, the Power Treads, and he's working on a Chrysalis.
I mean, he's definitely going to have a good game. It's going to be more about the fact, can he kind of get through some of these? He's going to have to be very fat. So for him to be at this net worth is good. He's definitely going to have to, maintain it. Like against Invoker, you're going to get linked by Razor. You're going to get some overcharged tether as well. Invoker is also off to an insanely good start. Like, he's about to have a Vessel completed, which is pretty scary in this game.
Oh, bottom lane! Centaur thought he could TP out, but in comes Invoker. If it was just Drow, then sure, but it wasn't. Invoker gets there at the right time. Cold Snap to stop, and they secure the kill. So, yeah, Drow just showing off her presence, though, and she is now top farm in the game.
I mean, that has to be that's the most important kill of the game right now, because I would say for Balrog, sure, you would like your Pango to have an even better game than he does, but in order for you to start rolling, I think you need Blink Centaur, go for some arrow into Hoostorm combo. But now, like, Smiling Knight, he just gets to sit in this lane for forever. You lost your 10-minute siege creep as well, and I think Thunder Awakening are definitely, like, if the map is stagnant like this, they're going to be the ones, like, coming out on top.
Well, IO level 5, he's trying to get some experience in the middle lane. Meanwhile, get level 6 at least, get that relocate online. Speaking of map presence, but yeah, Drow just comfortably sitting at the bottom lane. Dragonland's now finished. You see, she has her future items in hand. The Hurricane Pike into an Ags is the build we're looking at for the Drow Ranger in this game. So, makes sense to you?
Yeah, it's that's a scary build. Like, first with the Pike, you can maybe sometimes even pre-click the Centaur. You can Pike him away when he blinks in. You can get out, because all he has to do is like kind of live through either Stampede or roll. I mean, if you get to Pike away from both, that's sick. But let's say you get to do it from one, good enough. Ags is great. Just stack up all the stacks on them. And overall, yeah, I think if you're Balrogs, maybe you can look for a Moonlight Shadow or Smoke play where you get to kind of donk someone out of the map, because I think Pango has not been able to kind of be pulled into this game yet by his team. I think they need to find an opening for that.
Yeah, Pango, he's gonna go top. Mirana denies the double damage rune as a result. Did not want Invoker grabbing that. Speaking of Invoker, by the way, go back to him real quickly. I'm noticing he hasn't gotten the XOR yet, so he doesn't have his full arsenal as far as weapons just yet, as he's getting close to level 10. We'll see, if that does come up then maybe, but no XOR yet.
Yeah, I would say probably around the next couple levels. I think for now, mainly what he wants to do is like move around with this Wax, have some lower cooldown on all your spells, so I don't really mind it. He also has the Spirit Vessel completed that we touched on earlier. I think wherever he goes right now, unless Balrogs catch him off guard, which could happen, it's like kind of like smoking into him, but he's just going to break it.
The damage. He's going to dodge the arrow, but it's not going to be a kill, but you just see Pango. He's going to drop to about 30% life, and he doesn't have any more bottle charges, and he's going to have to play safe now, so...
Hey, that's just like 800 HP gone from Pango, plus mana without... Like, Invoker, he didn't use anything. He got all the mana back. He used one Vessel charge, that's it. And in return, Pango, he has to go back to base. So the more often that this happens, obviously not great for you. But yeah, I must say Gyro is doing a very good job at keeping up. DCMC kind of... I like his build too, right? The Falcon Blade, Max of Flat Cannon, Crystallis, Spark of Courage as well. I love this item. It's so good on all these Medusas, Gyros, like just 18 damage on all these split shots. That feels good.
Yeah. The chef's kiss right there.
Oh, yeah.
I'm noticing no tower presence really in this game as far as either team. You know, objectives haven't necessarily been the go-to. It's been it's fairly passive, a little bit of movement though. You know, Invoker seems moving quite a bit, but not necessarily too much objective focus in the tower sense.
Yeah, I mean, both teams are just kind of sitting back, they're chilling. It kind of goes to show you that I think both teams feel like that they want the game to go later, and they have faith in, you know, their carries to then like kind of come through. As we have some try to go for a steal with the relocate. Certainly like that, with Wisdom Rooms being so important nowadays as well. But I mean, I said it before, if the game does stagnate, I think Balrogs have to pull out some really good stuff to help their Gyro to like get in this game.
Yeah. And yeah, Razor, again, this is an off-lane Razor, but his farm's feeling pretty good.
Yeah.
BKB is coming up in the near future. We talked about Isles constantly supporting him as well, so maybe an off-lane, but he's just as dangerous of a core as the other two, it seems like. We're going to see a smoke play, by the way. Actually, on both sides, look at really south. You have Centaur as well as Marana way down here, but not going to find anyone.
I mean, they tried. Looks like they kind of felt it, right? Centaur's off map. You kind of know that this one is coming, but maybe in the meantime, Balrogs, they might lose their Undying. Yep, they will. So I guess Thunder get a little bit out of their smoke. Maybe now we'll have some tower trading going on. I don't really see either team really wanting to defend. You have to use like 3-4 TPs. So I think you're just you just trade at this point. Call it a day.
Well, you do have the Treant factor. It's only level 1 living armor, I believe. But yeah, he is supplying that as well as the invulnerability. So
hold.
It's good. And they are going to hold. Yeah, they're not only going to defend this, but maybe get kills out of this. Spirit Vessel's up Centaur. He's going to get help with the Marauder Arrow. Using his Stampede to get away. DCMC wants a kill on a Treant. He's not going to get it just yet, though. More supports here. Lifting up in the air with the Tornado. And now it's Razor showing up as well as Trow. The whole team of Thunder Awaken is ready to play. They get the kill on Gyro, and now the run is on.
Nope, just you know, it's a nice defense. Someone just feels it. Okay, yo, we can go down here. Maybe they're a little bit split. You go with the. I mean, they got the most important kill of the entire game. Sure, if you kill Centaur Pango, yeah, it feels good. You slow them down a little bit, but kind of killing the one condition the enemy team has at this point, if the game drags out, being Gyro, and you hold your tower. Yeah, honestly, that's a big deal.
Yeah. It's, I mean, again, the living armor, even at level 1, it still is annoying to deal with, especially when you're going for tower trades like that and didn't end up being a trade as a result, because it's going to start healing up even more. And now this mid tower for Thunder Awaken, they're going to go for it and try to build off even more of a lead now.
It's pretty good, right? You have the IO mech, which came in clutch in the last fight already as well. You've got the overcharge, you've got the alacrity sitting behind as well. You just pop it on this Razor, and I mean, Balrog's defense is not that good as Axel. Taking quite a bit of beating. Oh, nice pre-cold snap.
That was insane timing right there. Happened to get him right as he blinked in. You mentioned Centaur prioritizing the blink, makes sense, but if he's going to get cold snap like that immediately, I don't know.
Yeah, that's kind of, he must have had vision somehow, or he just spam clicked the ground. Either way, that was really nicely done. That's how they're holding mid. Uh-oh, Pango.
That's an in trouble Pango. Centaur going to do what he can. Put the stomp on a Razor, but nobody else. The rip heal, there's no way that's enough. That's an easy kill on a Pango. And now, that's in. He'll also fall on the Centaur. So a couple more kills going the way of Thunder Awaken. And in KZ, we're starting to feel that surge happening now from Thunder Awaken.
Yeah.
It's been a fairly close back and forth game up until these last couple of minutes. It's starting to accelerate, though. Yeah,
you've got a lot of these like item timings coming up now, right? Everyone had to like farm, get some levels. Now you have mech, you have vessel, you have a hurricane pike, you have a BKB coming out as well, coming up on your Razor. So you've got a lot of stuff going on. If you're Balrogs right now, I like that they had a lot of ancient stacks to, you know, keep your Gyro like around the top net worth, or right now where he is top net worth, because I think going for 5-on-5s right now is not easy unless you really set it up nicely. I think for Balrogs, you want more like skirmishy fights.
Well, they're going to try to make something happen here. Pango smoked up with the Undying. They're headed towards the Drow up top, but Knight's, he's suspicious. Something's up. Is already falling back in a very defensive posture, and he'll just go for some Ancients instead. We talked about that Ag's possibility coming up, and it certainly is coming up for the Drow Ranger, and especially when she has that, it's going to be extra scary. But the Moonlight Shadows, again, they're really trying on Balrog's side, but the defensive posturing from Thunder Awaken, they know their timings. They're playing it appropriately right now, and it's working.
Yeah, I know their map play is good. They also had this very aggressive ward in the dire jungle of Balrogs, where I don't know if they spotted all of them smoke, but either way, they spotted heroes like run through it, which made it a lot easier for them to dodge. And the way they're using the heroes right now is very good. Like, you have your Drow chilling, and the rest, look how strong they are. They can just, like, run in and kind of be like, yo, what's up? This guy is just dying to Cold Snap Vessel and some, like, random auto attacks.
Hey, that's basically what happened. Yo, what's up? And you're just dead. As Undying, now it's, if you're Balrogs, it's like, okay, Undying died. What else is new? Not a big deal, but it's got to be frustrating. And you see Gyrocopter bottom lane, by the way. He might be in trouble. Relocate coming in from behind. DCMC has to fight this. No other choice. Take somebody with him, he says. The deafening blast, though, even coming out, slowing him down, and it is going to be killing Gyro. And no return happening. So the relocate back, the perfect timing, and Thunder Awaken. Hey, the relocate back in. It's now a 2 versus 2 skirmish over here. Mirana, Demon's like, wait a second, it wasn't supposed to be like this. He's gonna go down. Pango just rolling Thunder, doing what he can, but it's not much. Of course, the Sunstrike.
This guy's good.
Well placed by Invoker, certainly good indeed. And that's a BKB use, but Thunder Awaken, 6,000 net worth lead now.
Yeah, honestly, they're doing a lot of nice stuff on the map. Just to relocate towards bottom. What I can see already from just like watching a little bit is that I feel that they're very free in terms of how they move on the map. Whereas Balrogs, I think you can feel a little bit that the game doesn't feel too nice to them. There's like a lot of 3-man, 4-man walking in. You don't find anything. You try a little harder. You go in even deeper. And from Thunder Awaken, everything it just looks so natural and so fluid.
Well, Centaur pushing out the middle is working on a Crimson card. Certainly a nice tool to have if he manages to do it, but still a bit off of that. I mean, Gyrocopter, really the one shining star for this dire side. And I mean, he has an Ags now. We saw Gyrocopter in a 1 versus 3 down there. He actually held his own pretty well considering. Yeah. So does that give you at least some hope still for Balrogs? I
mean, Gyro and these Medusas is always like, worst case, it's just bunch up a rapier at the end of it and you'll be fine. That's okay. Mike, nope. Can't even get the IO, at least for now.
No.
It's a little unfortunate.
That's a feels bad man right there. Even committing the tombstone, but IO manages to survive the Sunstrike. Oh, it just missed. Oh, these placements on point. Excel God, though, managed to sidestep it and survive for now, but still 15 seconds from Mirana's death, but Balrogs is trying to cut off the Treant over here. But again, numbers still favoring Thunder Awaken, so you got to be careful if you're Balrogs.
Yeah, I think if you're Balrogs, you kind of need to, or the way I like to describe it is that you kind of need to play like Tundra would at this point. Tundra are, I think, one of the best teams at playing a very open and split map when they're not ready to fight, where they split you up and then they would like use Moonlight Shadow and try to gank you. Because I think right now they're kind of skipping some steps. Like they're just running headfirst into the enemy, but that doesn't work unless you put the map in a good state. So like put your Pango top, put your Centaur bottom, get some lanes pushed out, force Thunder to react to you, and then go for a smoke. I know it ain't easy being down 7 AK gold, but I think if you just sit back or you force it for no reason, I don't really see Balrogs being able to fight back in this game.
I hate to, add to that a little bit, and more so in favor of Thunder Awaken, but man, look at this Doral. Level 15 now, so has the multi-shot cooldown -8 seconds, but also the Ags has been finished.
Yeah, he is, he's strong. You've got the level 10 talent, you've got the multi-shot on 50, now you got the stacks as well. You have a medallion to help you with the Roche. You can even go for some overcharge, alacrities, whatever you may need, and yeah, just a pretty clean gameplay for now from Thunder Awakening. Don't really have, anything bad to point out, at least yet. So they're definitely playing this game really damn well.
Yeah, they know what's on the line. I mean, again, there is those 2 spots here for South America, but still, they understand how important this is, how big of an opportunity this is for them as the tournament favorites coming to these qualifiers. And certainly, at least in game 1, like you said, don't want to get too ahead of ourselves, but they are playing very clean right now. And Balrogs, they're not up for the challenge just yet. It's proven to be a difficult task, but the Aegis in hand for the Drow. There's another tower kill, and Balrogs trying to figure this out. Like, they kind of want to engage, but not really. And now it's going to be engaged with Thunder Awaken. Razor, jump on him first, but he's got backup. Roll down, Gyrocopter. He's going to be running out of it, though. Pango's rolling, but he's not rolling anywhere. BKB's going to be active. Now Razor all of a sudden running them away as Pango gets shredded to pieces. They did get IO as well as Treant, though, so supports are down. And Balrog wants more. IO, fly back. Can he save Razor?
Looks like
might not even be necessary. Yeah, it's in there, but Razor did the job anyways.
Holy damage!
Now Gyrocopter, he's isolated. Yeah, the damage is real, but by then, all the teammates dead around him. Gyro falls, and Thunder Awaken certainly winning that fight.
I mean, it actually looked pretty good at the start, because I don't know if you also saw it, but towards the end I saw Gyro had a DD rune, which is why, he dealt 9,500 damage, but just like sitting there, you know, some flat cannon, you have a side cannon going off from your Ags as well, but yeah, even with a DD, just kind of fighting through. He's got the specialist array as well on Smiling Knight with the Drow, getting some of the split shot going off, so yeah.
I mean, it's impressive, his damage, but it's also impressive how little damage everyone else did. And, you know, frankly...
that's a bit of a problem.
Because, I mean, Razor was low, Invoker was low, but just imagine, you know, if... I certainly don't want to be a call-out here as like a player call by any means because it's been a difficult game, but you know, Pango's presence has felt very, very lacking.
Yeah, it's been... if they want to do well in the next couple of fights, they really need to, like... They need to just be clutch. If Centaur gets a stomp on a core, you need the like Pango roll to follow up with the next stun before the stomp is over, so there's like no BKBs, or if Io tethers in to save him, you get to roll on top of him as well, because at this point, I mean, the more you're down in gold, the better. You just have to make up for it with gameplay, really. Like, you're gonna have to eventually outplay your opponent, so you're gonna have to help Mr. DCMC to just make it easier for him to try and carry you, because if he has to do all the work, Jesus, he exploded.
And Undying's like, I gotta do some ward play. Let's check things out. He's basically a mobile ward right there.
Yeah.
Blown up. Oh, he's dead for another 30 seconds. Has buyback if it calls for it, but certainly not going to be buying back anytime soon here. Feels like you got the Aegis still for another 2 minutes for this Drow, by the way. I mean, that's another big thing. That whole fight, Drow didn't even use the Aegis. And they're taking advantage of it. They're going to get the last outer tower, most likely.
I mean, I would love to be any of the Thunder Awaken cores right now. Like, even if I'm just like this Razor or Invoker, even if I'm not top net worth, I have so many buffs in my team. I have some Treant Armor, I have Overgrowth, Alacrity, Tether, I have Drow Aura. Like, everything is just coming together right now, and you can see because Balrogs, I don't really know how you fight into them right now. Maybe you bait them to dive the high ground, get a buyback, smoke around. I don't know, but you're gonna have to cook up something.
Drow starting the uphill, putting in the attacks, and Alacrity's applied. It's what do you do against this? Those multi-shots even being thrown out. Currently, a Gyrocopter, I guess what you do is you kind of ignore it and you try to farm that Divine Rapier. Eventually, it's still a ways away, though. He's gonna finish a Hurricane Pike, but...
Yeah. Well, he did queue up the BKB plus Divine, so, you know, this is at least, I would say it's the respectable stuff. But also now, you know that you force the Invoker bottom, so they're going for a smoke, but they don't have any pre-vision yet, so they'll have to go around and try to find like a good ward spot. They're also under Moonlight, so maybe they could find something. But Invoker is already fountaining his way back to his team.
Yeah. Not only is he running really fast, but he's going to be nearly full mana by the time he's back because Ghost Flock is pretty strong. So he's he's already back here, and a clash certainly could be happening soon. There's the exposed Centaur Stampede defensively with the Crimson Guard, so he'll survive, but already taking plenty of damage initially.
Yeah, I mean, you did get to I like this play from Thunder. Like, you just go mid. You know that these guys smoked all the way around to try and gain position on you, but now you just go mid. Also, like, you force up, what, Tombstone, Stampede, and Crimson Guard, so you didn't lose anything, and they had to use 3 cooldowns, so I really like this play.
And Gyro doesn't even have a TP for another 15 seconds, so he's just going to teleport bottom.
Just going to farm it up a little bit until he's ready.
What can you do? Yeah, make the best of it. Meanwhile, Excel God just delaying the best that he can, which is not too long, unfortunately. Oh, Demon's dead too.
Oh, Mirana died. Yeah, this is just... okay, Creep Wave is coming. I mean, you're going to have to somehow try to defend 3-on-5. I don't think you can. You probably have to wait at least for them to be closer to respawning. And yeah, I think you only have one real play. If you team fight, you need Stomp into Roll into Arrow, play it perfectly there, hope that the relocate isn't on point, or you wait for the good old Rapier. You increase your win percent by a few percent, take one fight, and just pray to God. Just pray.
Again, we've seen the damage, but yeah, he's certainly at this point where that all-in strategy is the most realistic option, it feels like. But to that point, Gyrocopter only has about 200 gold currently saved up and has neither component, so it's going to need a good, 5 minutes or so of just save-free farming.
This is where you check if cheats are enabled. Just type space, like enter, dash,
Did the admins forget? Come on.
Yeah, did they forget? Oh, but he has a Rapier. What happened?
Hey, imagine that.
He's just really good at farming, guys.
I like that. I like that. No, I don't think that's going to be happening.
Probably not, but I think what's happening is that he's probably going to die.
Yeah, by himself. Support's coming, but it's just getting here way too slowly. Hurricane Pike again. He just gets kited to oblivion.
Yeah.
No buyback for a minute. You know Thunder Awaken is just going to go now.
This Invoker performance is pretty damn good. I like what I see here from, I don't know if I'm supposed to pronounce it Slatum or Slatums, but his Invoker is looking pretty good from the laning to the itemization, how he's moving on the map and kind of knowing, okay, we just took 2 rags, so even before, we can't go high ground. All I need to do right now is look for the gyro, because they can't fight us, so all they want to do is farm. He sets it up, gets a reload, instantly goes around again, and it's just, I don't know, it's just very clean gameplay from him.
It is. As a team, it's very good, but yeah. Especially the Invoker, I agree. It's been impressive to watch, and he's hunting once again for another opportunity. He's going to actually find an Arcane Rune, which he'll gladly pick up, and still in that Ghost Walk form. You got Treant Protector with a Solar Crest now, by the way. Just going to throw that up on Razor, who has a Satanic. Yeah, the items just keep adding up.
Yeah, they have a lot of item timings right now. Like, surely when you're up a lot of gold, of course, that will happen, but right now you have some incredible power spikes. Like you said, you have some Solar Crest coming out as well to help you. You have all the sustain in the world that you need, where all you need to do now is like kind of hit, maybe dodge your smoke, and just not get initiated on like complete noobs. Because at this point, you have so much time to talk about, okay, if they come on us, how do we want to fight? What do we want to do? You do it cleanly, and yeah, I think Thunder are just in a great spot.
Now, there is a Lotus Orb on Pango, so a bit more of a defensive style there, and, you know, maybe that's one of those that could throw off Thunder Awaken a little bit, and here we go, the engagement. Drow, BKB activated pretty quickly, though. Going to be fine. Root as well, and Centaur. Stampede, he'll live, but just barely as he's running away. Not the same for Pango. Gold snaps and everything else, just too much. So he's staying there for 50 seconds, and numbers once again going for Thunder.
Yeah, it was actually very close on the arrow connecting before the BKB. I think it was like 0.1 seconds maybe, but either way, it's just really hard to fight. Everyone's thanking nice pike play from Smiling Knight as well. Yeah, get out of here, Centaur. You can stun me.
We're going to say GGs are inevitable at this point, and sure enough, they come out. So game 1 of this best out of 3 will indeed go the way of Thunder Awaken. They're just even diving the fountain at this point. But this one's over. Thunder Awaken 1-0 lead over at Balrog. So, hey, the early game for the first 10 minutes or so, 10, 15 minutes even, it was a pretty tight game. Not very aggressive play necessarily, but